had been sacked 46 times coming to this game, and he kind of expected that one, didn't he? Kind of curled up in the fetal position before they got there. Get sacked that many times, it has an impact on you. Delchick to Fulton Walker. And Walker will bring it out to the 23, and another penalty flag. 53-yard punt. Callum from Navy, who has a very busy schedule right now, playing for the Raiders and also serving for the United States Navy. Begins at 4:20 in the morning with a wake-up call. 8-hour work on the ship before he then comes to the Raiders practice site at 1:15. Practice till 2:30 in the practice, returning to the ship at 6 o'clock. 6:45 free time, and then he goes to bed at 9 o'clock.
Pass the vitamin pills. I'm already tired.
I know. I said, is it any easier now you're not having to study? He said, what do you mean? I'm busier than I was when I was at the academy. Coming out of there, the Raiders to the 15-yard line. Terry Hogue making the stop on this man, Marcus Allen. Marcus has really struggled this year. He's had the ankle injury. Made the big touchdown run in overtime a week ago Thursday, but said that this is the best the ankle has felt since he injured it.
And he's such a big play guy. You know, you talk about big plays and big games, and he lights up like a Christmas tree. Just watching him, listening to him talk about the situation, he's very enjoyable, and you know he's a big league guy and a big league player, which is obvious because he really comes up and makes things happen when they have to.
His numbers obviously down from a year ago when he led the NFL in rushing, was the NFL's MVP. Second down now. Plunkett scrambling up, and that one was almost 6 points. Seth Joyner, number 59, the rookie out of the University of Texas, El Paso, and he had an easy 6 if he could have held on. There was nobody between him and the goal line.
And that's the way they have to play this game. They have to take advantage of big opportunities. Look at the pressure. Look at Clark, number 71, trying to get in there. They get pressure from the outside. He tosses the ball in the process, and Joyner was right there. Good anticipation, except he didn't catch the ball.
They're very high on Joyner, an 8th-round draft pick, the rookie who they initially cut, then re-signed, and he's been starting the last 3 games.
Either one of the two teams have done very much at all on 1st and 10.
On a 3rd down. Plunkett. Wide open is Marcus Allen. He's still on his feet across the 30 for a first down to the 32-yard line. Evan Cooper, 21, eventually made the stop, a 17-yard gain, and that shows you how tough Allen is in the open field.
Well, he has such awareness. You see, great anticipation. He made the catch, and in spite of that, most receivers would have been happy to make the catch and go down, but he had the presence. Watch him come out of the backfield, number 32, which is something he does so well. Goes inside of the linebacker, Joyner, who was blitzing, breaks out into the flat. And watch the hit here. Bernard Wilson goes right over the top. He ducks, takes the ball upfield, and picks up another 9 or 10 yards on the play. But Evan Cooper, 21, finally made the tackle.
Hank, I don't think it's going to stand. We have a discussion going on. There was a penalty flag, and the big meeting now at the 25-yard line. They would have a first down at the 32 if this stands. Some confusion out there. The flag was apparently very late. And, you know, we may have a replay coming up now. Would it be because Plunkett was in the grasp, do you suppose, when he stepped up in the pocket? Down. So the decision stands to the 32-yard line.
Buddy Ryan, he's fun to talk to. You know, he has a very strong philosophy, and he doesn't care what anybody thinks about what he's doing. He's going to do it his way. And I think, you know, the important thing is every team that we've talked to who has played or are going to play the Eagles, they all have high regard and great respect for what this young team is trying to get done, and they feel that, no question about it, they eventually will get it done.
He speaks his piece, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He spits it out.
On first down, Plunkett to throw, and down he goes again. Second sack. This is by Ken Clark, 71, who went flying by him.
Not.
Anyway, that was the controversy, not whether Plunkett was in the grass.
Offense, number 70. Penalty is declined. Second down.
That is Henry Lawrence, number 70, guilty of holding.
Interesting thing, talking about the Raiders with Al Davis and Al Locasell and their fine staff. You know, the one thing I asked about their offensive linemen, and their personality has always been the same. They get a big offensive lineman, they say, listen, number 1, we want you to be able to pass block, and number 2, just control the guy over you. Whatever else we get out of you is a bonus.
Second down and 18. Marcus Allen trying to get some of it back, and he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
That time
Reichenbach 55.
Excuse me. That time they ran a counter play. They call it 16 counter OT with the off guard and the off tackle pulling. And that's something that they do not do very well. The linemen are big and strong. They do not pull nearly as well as they attack people straight ahead and pass block.
Third down, still 18 yards to go. Not a lot of offense in this game. That pass completion Allen was the initial first down of the game.
Well, I mentioned earlier, this is a feast or famine kind of a game for both teams. They're going to look bad on some plays, and then they're going to make some big plays. But anytime you play as aggressively defensively, two teams play. That's kind of the game it's going to be.
At the 4:50 mark, Plunkett too tall for Frank Hawkins, the fullback. He cannot hang on. It'll bring up fourth down. Let's go to New York. The Bears beat the Eagles in overtime earlier this year, so they showing that they can win the tight ones.
That's the big difference when you have a great year. You win the close games, and the average years you lose the close games.
With that victory now, they will clinch the NFC Central Division. Another penalty flag as we have another punt, and Greg Garrity will bring it across the 35 to the 37-yard line. 42-yard punt that time. But again, the penalty. I don't think we can punt the football, Coach. Looking for some offense. They've had the football 3 times, 3 plays and punted. They have a minus 17 yards in total offense thus far.
They ought to try to go right up on top here right now. They got one-on-one coverage.
Cunningham getting some pressure from the backside and some big pressures. He is dropped by Rod Martin from the backside. That's the ability of Cunningham, Hank, to roll around and to get some additional time, but still couldn't seem to find the man, and Rod Martin made him pay for it.
Well, he moved the pocket trying to get some time, and here you see him rolling to his right. Look at the pressure coming up. Howie Long going to the outside, and watch Martin coming back from the backside, number 53, and gives him a shot right in the back. Here he comes again, number 53, Rod Martin. Watch him, almost knocked down, but maintains his balance and comes right back from the backside and gives him a little massage in the back and makes a sack.
Not the kind of massage you want, I'll tell you.
No, that's right.
Second down coming up. The Raiders coming into this game with 45 sacks, third in the NFL. 32 of them by the defensive line. They had 4 in that last game against San Diego, and we're having another replay.
You know, I think the other thing when you play against the Raiders, I think to make sure that you have maximum security and maximum protection, we're looking at the replay again to make a decision on what happened, on whether it was a forward pass or a fumble.
Jim Gardy is the official in charge of the replay. Now, whether or not they ruling that was an incomplete pass or a fumble or on that last tackle, we'll wait and see.
After review, the play stands as called second down.
Checked it out. The verdict stands. It's second down, 10 yards to go.
Now they got bump and run again. See, they got to keep both backs in and a tight end and make sure they have security.
Cunningham with a little security, and he's got it over the top. Mike Quick has got it. Quick to the 5. He is going to take it in, but there's a penalty flag.
Howie Long, number 75, was offside on the play. Number 75, Howie Long.
Mike Quick, the big play performer who led the NFC in receiving yardage a year ago, just latched onto one for 62 yards.
Defense is in the neutral zone. A penalty will be declined. It's a touchdown.
Howie Long, 75, would jump prematurely. And, of course, there you go again. That's what they have to do. Here it is, bump and run against the corner, Lester Hayes. And he got faked out coming off the ball, got a step behind from the very beginning. He's looking for the ball way sooner than he wants to, and it's all over. It's the Bye-Bye Blues touchdown.
The Bye-Bye Blues. That's a hit tune this year, right?
I think it is.
Mike Quick, by the way, had a 70. He had a 75-yarder earlier this year against the Giants. This a 62-yard completion. And you talked about this game being feast or famine. We've certainly seen that, Hank, in this early going. 70-yard punt return and now a 62-yard pass reception.
That's what it's going to be. And there again, he had protection that time. And again, as I mentioned earlier, you know, as long as you got 2 outside receivers, one-on-one, bump and run, you might as well keep everybody else in to make sure you get a chance to throw the home run. They did that time, and they got a touchdown, a beautiful 62-yard touchdown run catch by Mike Quick, number 82.
2-play drive. It took 16 seconds. McFadden to attempt the point after, Telchik to hold. 4:18 to go in this first quarter. And McFadden has tied the game up. We're at 7 apiece. A game with no unusual first quarter of play. It's 7-7. 2 big plays, 2 touchdowns with 4:18 left to go. Walker's 70-yard punt return, and just a moment ago, Mike Quick, 62 yards on the receiving end of a pass from Randall Cunningham, and that's where we stand right now. Coach, you had this one nailed. Security, feast or famine, big plays, and it's all happened here in the first quarter.
Well, it's going to continue to be that kind of a game now, especially with the Eagles getting a little confidence in what they were trying to get done. It'll be interesting from here on in.
Going to bring it out for the Raiders to the 30. Well, let's go back for some of you who joined.
It is. He was playing outside of Quick on the bump and run, which means he should have had help on the inside, but there was nobody there.
That was their initial first down of the game, too. Here is Allen. Can't locate that pass, and it goes incomplete. So 7-7. That's where we stand right now.
Yeah, and he said the great thing about the running, he said it helps his agility a great deal, and he's able to move from side to side. He doesn't want to run, but he just wants to get away from some of the pressure. So far, he hasn't been able to do that very well.
He's 1 of 6 in passing for 16 yards, and Allen is not finding any running room as well because Reggie White was there, number 92. Well, we talked about the NFC, but the AFC picture, you can see now how jammed up it is. New England, Denver, of course, playing right now at this moment against Cincinnati. Very big game as far as the AFC playoff picture is concerned. The Jets losing again today to the Rams. And the Raiders and Cleveland, of course, right now even with Cincinnati. So it's very close to call. Nothing happening yet to have a determination who's going where.
Yeah, it's really a jump ball situation.
Third down now, 10 yards to go. Plunkett over the middle. Allen can't get there and almost intercepted. Terry Hogue, number 34, almost came up with it. And Plunkett has really been off target thus far.
I think maybe he was a little surprised that he had that much time. And usually he doesn't miss that kind of a play. Look at Reggie White on the nose of the center going to the outside where he opens up the middle. And I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to drop the ball over the top of the linebacker, or in that particular case, I think it was Andre Waters, a strong safety, and threw it up there a little bit too high and too long.
So the Eagles are going to get the football. Coming in will be Ray Guy to punt. 3:18 to go in this first quarter. 7-all. And Cleveland, by the way, defeated Houston today. And that was an overtime game. So 2 overtime games today. The Bears winning theirs in overtime. Here's Garrity back.
Garrity doesn't have great speed. He doesn't have 4.4 speed, but he's got 4.4 hands. He catches the ball really well.
Former Penn State standout who played on that national championship team. Up to the 30. Leads his way to the 35, 40. Look out. Here he goes. There's nobody that can catch him. Garrity is going to take it all the way for the touchdown. 76 yards.
You know what's great about him? He's got great eyes. I started to touch on that. He doesn't have blazing speed. He's got quickness. He's got great hands and good eyes. And that time he ran right through the revolving door and came out the other end and went all the way for the touchdown. Beautiful run by Garrity.
Took over that responsibility. He had a game ball against Atlanta when he caught a couple of passes for 40 yards, and now we're going to have a block point after attempt. Good pressure coming up the middle that time. Let's see if we can pick up who did it.
Looks like somebody up on the right side, defensive right side, but I couldn't tell exactly.
The lead, McFadden to kick off. Squibb, line drive affair. Caught short. That's Frank Hawkins, 27. And Hawkins will bring it out to the 40, so Los Angeles will have very good field position. Next Sunday on CBS Sports, our action starts with the NFL today. Then most of you will see the Giants at Washington. And those of you in Chicago and Tampa will see Tampa Bay at Chicago. Those of you in Michigan and the Pittsburgh area will see the Lions take on the Steelers. And those of you in Wisconsin and Minnesota will see the Vikings against the Packers. That's all next Sunday right here on CBS. Giants and Redskins. What a battle that will be. Of course, Washington still has to get by the San Francisco 49ers on Monday night.
Oh, no!
From the 40-yard line now, the Raiders trailing for the first time. 13-7, Philadelphia. Plunkett out to Marcus Allen. Allen with the stiff arm will get close to the 45. That's Seth Joyner, number 59, one-on-one with him. Let's leave the... Well, I guess you helped him get that job. Mark Mosley in the studio last week in the NFL today and been hired now by the Browns.
I wonder if he gets 10%. Talking about Brent. He's the agent. Mosley doesn't know. He's allowed to get a little bill in the mail.
Well, he got the job when Chris Barr's brother Matt was hurt. Matt shaken up, recovering a kickoff, and as an end result now, Mark